We've all worked really hard, so please enjoy the show.
Tell me a story.
What kind of a story?
A good story.
All right. A good story is the hardest kind to tell, though. We must put it together carefully, with just the right ingredients. Let's start by giving it a when and a where. When does the story begin?
Long ago.
And where does it begin? Think of a place where exciting things can happen.
A cave.
Long ago, there was a deep, dark cave in the gloomy forest where nobody lived except creatures who love night and darkness and hide from the light.
That's too scary.
We'll put something cheerful in our story too then. Think of a who. Who shall be in this story? How about a handsome prince named Augustus who lives in the sunny hills above the gloomy forest? How about in a castle?
In a castle.
Certainly in a castle, with his mother the queen and his aunt Princess Olivia. Prince Augustus is kind and he is good looking. He loves to have picnics in the garden and is always happy to share his sandwiches.
I like this place.
Me too. Now let's add someone else, someone talented and charming. Shall we name this darling animal Penelope?
Lady Penelope.
Lady Nell for short. Where does she come from? Nobody knows. She travels about wherever she likes. She has learned many secrets and clever ways from the creatures she has met. She can fiddle like a jackrabbit, she can fiddle like a cricket, sing like a dove, and wiggle her ears just as well as any jackrabbit. Best of all, she has 4 pet fireflies. She can juggle like spinning gold stars. One day, her travels take her by the castle. Prince Augustus hears her singing.
What a beautiful voice.
He thinks. He offers her a sandwich.
My dearest heart.
She thinks. Pretty soon, guess what happens?
They fall in love.
Exactly. So now our story has romance in it too.
The story's coming out nicely.
Too much niceness can be dull, though. We'll have problems. Listen. The princess looks out from the castle and growls.
Who's that raggedy girl?
A dreadful creature. Can you imagine? She wiggles her ears, most unladylike.
Not for an animal, not a prince, no. Be gone with her.
And with that, they send Lady Nell away and forbid Augustus ever to speak to her again.
Isn't that sad? I think we should leave the phone card out.
Well, just wait till you hear what happens next, because now we put villains into the story. Alone and sad, Augustus sits in the garden, weeping onto his sandwiches. Night comes, and still he weeps. Finally, the queen goes out to scold him for being so foolish, but he's gone. On the garden seat lies a note. It says,
Friend has been snatched.
You have to go if you want that. Signed, Odie Small.
And bag back.
oh how the queen weeps. Oh how the princess wails. And oh what panic there is in the kingdom. Odious mole and bad egg bat, those bullies who lurk in the dark plotting their mischief, are on the rampage. The townsfolk pack their things and rush to escape. The queen and princess wring their paws, wondering what to do. But when Lady Nell hears the news, she doesn't run away. She doesn't waste time with paw wringing. She leaves her camping out place, sneaks back to the castle garden, and finds a clue. A trail of sandwich crumbs leads away from the castle and into the gloomy forest at the bottom of the hill.
Oh, my scary stuff.
A little danger is good for the story. Lady Nell follows the trail further and further into the forest. At last she comes into the mouth of a deep, dark cave. Should she go inside? No! Well, someone's got to save the prince. So Lady Nell marches in. There are shadows all around. The cave twists and winds. She turns a corner and sees Prince Augustus all tied up.
Eddie!
Not so fast, my old friend.
And out rushes Odious Mole. With a sneer, he reaches towards it with his long, sharp claws. Quick as a flash, Lady Nell calls her fireflies and begins to juggle. Wonder why she juggles, Penelope?
She juggles. Why?
Because you remember, she has traveled far and wide. She has learned the secrets of the creatures who hide in the darkness of caves. So up go the fireflies, and they spin and sparkle and light up the cave like bright gold stars.
Spade and shovel. My eyes. Get them away from me. Faster and better.
Down from the ceiling, Bad Egg Bat, squealing, "Hee! You get off having that pretty fireflies out in the monster." Lady Nell and Augustus hurry to the shadows to hide, but Bad Egg screeches, "Hee! I'll bet you find you in the dark. I can hear where you are."
Run, Augustus.
But their paws go skitter, skitter, skitter on the floor.